A lot of us ask ourselves the question, how do we make the current year better than the previous one? And if you're that person who's been asking yourself that question, then you've come to the right place, because I, like you, have been asking myself the same question. But thankfully, I came across an incredible book called Year of Yes by the incredible Shonda Rhimes, and she tells us through her story how one decision to make 1 year of her life a year of yes completely changed her life, starting with the first lesson, which is to say yes to doing, which I'll admit sounds a little bit odd, but I think what she means by that is that we dream about every possible little thing that we want to achieve, but very few of us are brave enough to step out and actually chase after the dreams that we have. So Shonda Rhimes says real winners are those who know that there's time for dreaming, but then after a while they stop and they go out to chase those dreams. So if you're really super introverted like I am and hyper disciplined, or you are just obsessed with planning things, I think this one is for you, as it is for me. I go through my life planning a lot of things. I plan the schools that I'll go into. I have plan A and plan B and plan C. Just with this YouTube channel alone, I have planned this channel to death. I've started this channel a couple of times and deleted a couple of times because it wasn't perfect or to my liking. But I finally realized that to actually achieve something, to actually achieve my dream of having a YouTube channel, I have to shoot videos, I have to plan them and shoot them and edit them and actually publish them and let them stay out in the world for everybody's scrutiny. The goal doesn't just end with me writing the plan out, but I actually have to do the work of shooting a video and editing and putting it out there so that I can actually achieve that dream of having a YouTube channel. I've had to sit with the thought of what success and failure means to me. But the point is, I've had to move past writing plans and designing strategies to actually doing the thing, to see whether I will actually be as successful as I want to be with the thing that I want to do. So according to Shonda Rhimes, and I agree with her, winning belongs to the doers, because we all have dreams, we all imagine our dream lives, but that means nothing if we do not take the first step. And the magic really of doing anything isn't taking the first step. You will never know what the thing feels like, even if you hear it from how people have experienced it, or you read about it, or you watch videos about it. But until you take that first step, you will never have the correct information about how doing the actual thing is for you, because we all have different individual experiences that are tailored to our unique characters and personalities. So if you don't do the thing for yourself, you will never really know what it's like. So whatever it is you've been planning for years or for months, whatever it is that you have put at the back of your brain and sort of gave up on, figure out how you're going to take the first step. And I promise you, it is the most fulfilling thing when you actually do the thing. Success or failure is something that you can control, but what you can control is going out to do the thing. Moving on to the second lesson we have learned from this book is saying yes to play. The thing with growing up and coming out of our teenage years and even our 20s is that life gets really serious. We're hit by the hard questions of life, and we're thinking about getting homes and keeping our jobs, and we're thinking about insurance policies and our retirement. And there's a benefit to that. But what we lose is our spirit of play, our spirit to let loose, and our spirit to just enjoy life for its spontaneity and for what it really offers us day to day. And what I mean by fun, I don't necessarily mean being party animals, but I mean what brings joy to our inner being, our souls. Doing art just for the sake of it and feeling no pressure to publish it, or writing whenever you feel like it, or going to a park with your friends to play, or even going to a park with your kids and your family to just play and not give a care about anything else. And growing up and getting serious about our corporate careers makes us lose that spirit of play. When we wake up in the morning, our days are planned to the T. We hit the gym, we go to work, we come back, we cook, only to do the same thing the next day. But I find that life is enjoyed in those spontaneous moments where spirit is playful, whether with our partners or our friends or even by ourselves. Have you noticed how often you sing when you step into the shower, or when you're left alone in the house and there's no one else and you're suddenly dancing to the music in your mind like you don't care who's watching? That is what I think will help me have a year better than the years past, if I just give into the spontaneity of play to my heart's content. And the last lesson I learned from this book, Year of Yes, is to say yes to your spirit. And by your spirit, I mean your emotions, your mental health, and even your faith. What gives you hope, what keeps you going. As we grow older, there's a lot that happens in the world that makes us feel despondent and just make us lose hope. And there's just a lot of despair going around. There's a lot of injustice that's going on in the world, both locally in our spaces and the world over. And it is very easy to lose hope and to have despair. I rely on my faith a lot. I am Christian. Reading the Bible or praying or going to church to worship really lifts my spirit. Some people have conversations with their loved ones or people that they trust. Whatever it is that feeds your spirit, lean into that thing. But the other important aspect is to deliberately take care of our mental health. As someone who's been struggling with anxiety for the past 2-3 years, I've really had to be in tune with my own feelings and my own thoughts, and I've really had to be brave and courageous and face them. I went to therapy for the first time to deal with my childhood traumas, and it was not an easy experience, but it was necessary. And I'm in a space where I know my emotional needs, I know my mental needs, and journaling doesn't intimidate me anymore, and it doesn't even make me feel stupid, because I know that when I'm overwhelmed and anxious, I need to release my thoughts. So how we're going to make 2025 our year of yes is to be in tune with our mental health needs and to not be ashamed of them, to go out and seek the help that we need so that our experience of life can be a little bit easier. The same way we take care of our physical health is the same way we should pay attention to our mental health. Another way of tuning into our spirit is to allow ourselves to have difficult conversations, whether with loved ones or with people we respect or people who have hurt us. Internalizing is not a helpful way of dealing with things, and I've learned that the hard way. So be open to having difficult conversation in a way that is constructive. This is not to say be confrontational just for the sake of it, but there's a beautiful release in saying what's on your mind and saying what's your heart. Whether people receive it or not, you cannot control that, but at least you've released what you feel. Another way of allowing ourselves to play more is to intentionally allow ourselves to be exposed to new experiences, to spend that money going on a date with a stranger, or going on a play date with some of your best friends, or going to an amusement park in your 30s and enjoying the heck out of it. Reading a book and checking it away if you do not enjoy it, but allowing yourself and exposing yourself to experiences that are really going to feed your emotions and help you enjoy your life a little bit more. So if you need a helpful guide to implement all that we've learned about today, please click on the video link on the screen, where I will show you a 5-step framework on how to make goals you will actually achieve. So please click on the video link on the screen and I'll see you there.